Well, hello there and welcome back to my channel, or of course welcome to my channel if you're new. If you are new, then hello, lovely to meet you. My name is Alex, and if you are new here, make sure you stick around and subscribe. If you're not new and you've been here for a while, then why not make sure that notification bell is switched on just so you're notified of every single time that I upload. As you can see, I've got absolutely no makeup on my face right now, and that is because we are going to be testing out a brand new foundation, and that foundation is by Revolution. I've been waiting for them to bring out a completely brand new foundation, and the day has finally come. It is just launched today. It is called the IRL filter foundation. IRL means in real life, so it's an in real life filter long wear foundation, and it's also breathable soft matte. It says it's also oil free, 16-hour wear. Those are the claims to it, and this is just the packaging up close. I have mine in the shade F1. I have just noticed that there's actually only 23ml worth of product in this, which is a little bit naughty because this foundation retails for £10. I absolutely love the packaging of this. This one, as you can see, does have a pump on it for anyone who didn't like the whole doe foot applicator with conceal and define. We are going to be testing this out today. I have actually had this for a little while. Very naughtily is not a word, but Superdrug had this in their stores about a week and a half ago, so it's been out for a little while. That's how I've been able to get my hands on it very early. But I have been testing this out, and that's why I wanted to wait until it launched, because I wanted to give myself a few times to try this out. I've also filmed a wear test like today, this morning, so this video you're going to see me apply the foundation, what it looks like on my skin, and then I'll show you the updates throughout the day that I did earlier today when I went to work. So if you want to find out my opinion on this brand new foundation by Revolution, and also find out if it works on an oily skin type, then please keep watching. Okay, let's talk skin prep. So skin prep is actually a very important step if you're like me and have oily skin and you want your makeup to last longer. So this morning what I did is what I've done now as well, is I popped on a matte moisturiser. I know it sounds silly, but it does actually exist. This is what the packaging looks like if you're interested. It is, I don't know how to pronounce the brand name, it's like Avene or something. Refreshing mattifying fluid. It's like a moisturiser that dries down, so you don't get that dewy finish afterwards. It just completely dry down. So that was my moisturiser, and then on top of my moisturiser I put on my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Primer, because again it's a matte product but it also does blur my pores as well. So those are the two products that I put on underneath. So now we can actually get to putting the foundation on my face. So I'm just gonna put a little pump in this brush. This is actually a Revolution R27 Buff and Blend foundation brush. It's a really like flimsy kind of foundation brush, so if you don't like the dense ones, definitely try this one out. Okay, so this is the foundation on one half of my face. As you can see, it has very, very nice coverage. I would say it's a very good medium to full coverage. I can still see this blemish here, but it is like a bit of a fresh, a bit of a newer blemish, so it was going to show through anyway. This is my skin up close if you just want to see. So as you can see, there's not really any dewiness or nothing. Maybe it's very slight, but don't forget I do have bright lights on me at the moment, so this wouldn't show through in natural light. It does seem to be drying down. It has dried down around my forehead areas here. Just a tiny little bit tacky, but that should dry down. So let's just pop it on the other side of my face and see what we're looking like. So this is what my skin is now looking like with all of the foundation on. It is a little bit dry around my nose, but my nose area, like around my nostrils, are extremely dry at the moment. So I will say, if you do have a dry skin type, because this is a soft matte foundation, I probably wouldn't buy it. just because I know I've put the matte stuff on underneath as well, but I don't have it right where my nostrils are, and it is extremely dry in those areas, so this probably wouldn't be any good for people with dry skin. However, apart from those dry areas on my face, it looks absolutely beautiful. I have been loving this foundation, if I'm honest, like the application of it, how it looks on my skin. I've been getting on really well with it. So next we're just going to pop on some concealer and powder just to see how that goes on top of the foundation, and then I can show you the wear test from earlier today. So I'm just going to take some of my Conceal and Define Infinite concealer and I'm going to pop some of that on. Then I'm going to take my Revolution coconut baking powder and I'm just going to set this face in place. Okay, so this is what my skin's looking like with the concealer and powder on top, and I have just gone and put my brows on. So this is what I'm looking like. My face is fully mattified. I am looking a very tad bit dry in these areas, but as you know, I have got the matte products on underneath. I have tried this foundation without the fully matte products, so just like a regular moisturiser and pore filling primer, and it doesn't do that. So if you are going to use matte stuff on underneath, just be a little bit careful of it looking a little bit dry in some areas of your face. But yeah, this is what I'm looking like. Very happy with the foundation. It looks so good on my skin. I really like the look of it and the formula. For £10 it is very affordable. However, the 23ml, I see you. Okay, so this is the initial application of the foundation, powder and concealer on top. I'm just going to hop off of camera. I'm going to film a review on this Dr. Seuss and Revolution like palette bundle. I'll be right back. It'll be like 2 seconds for you. And then we can get into the wear test that I did earlier on today. Okay, so I am back. I've now got all of my makeup on. I've just finished testing out the Revolution and Dr. Seuss little makeup bundle. So that's probably going to be up after this video, so watch out for your subscription box. This is what my face is looking like with all the rest of my makeup on. I'm still very much matte in all of my T-zone areas, which is fantastic. I mean, I have only been filming for a little while after I initially filmed that first clip, but still, you can see I'm still very much matte in these areas. So yes, love how this foundation is looking. It doesn't look too dry on my skin. It looks nice and smooth. The coverage is really good, and I just really like how this foundation sits on my skin. Like, it is just a very nice foundation. Now to get into the interesting part of the video, where I'm actually going to show you clips of my wear test from earlier on today. So I did my makeup very early this morning. I think I started my makeup at like 7:30 or something like that. So I first took this at 7:53 in the morning, and as you can see, I've got all my makeup on and I am fully matte. There is no oils or no glowiness anywhere on my face apart from my highlighter. Then I filmed a check-in at 11:29, so just a few hours later. And as you can see, my oils are very, very slightly starting to come through. Ignore my glasses mark there, by the way, it always does that. But yeah, very slight oiliness, very, very tiny, but I still think my skin looks really, really good in this check-in. So now we're at 2:36 in the afternoon, so 6.5 hours later after my initial application. My oils are very much showing in this clip. Like, it is starting to separate a tiny little bit on my chin. For my oils to come through like that after 6.5 hours is actually not that bad. I do have a very oily T-zone, so it's very rare for me to find a foundation that actually lasts a very long time on my skin. And then I did a final check-in when I got home at 5:20, and my oils are thriving in this video. Like, I am glowing from all angles of my T-zone. I'm so oily, But this video was taken, what's that, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 9.5 hours later. So I am not surprised how oily my face is looking in that final check-in. I will note that I did not powder at all during this wear test. If I would have powdered halfway through, my foundation would have lasted a whole lot longer, but I did just want to test it fully, just with my skin prep on underneath. So longevity wise for this foundation, for it to just show my oils quite a lot after 6 hours, for me, is actually not that bad. I wouldn't rely on this for a very long day wear though, I must say, because my oils did come through quite a lot. But then again, if I powder halfway through, then it would last a whole lot longer. So maybe I would use this again for a long day, but maybe just try my regular primer, regular moisturiser, see how that goes with the longevity of this foundation as well. The thing is with makeup is you have to chop and change things constantly. Like, I want to try out different primers with this. I want to try out using a setting spray with this, see if that helps it last longer. Powdering halfway through the day to see if that helps it last longer. So overall, this is a very nice drugstore foundation. I love the whole soft matte formula to it. It looks very pretty on my skin. The coverage is really, really good. I would just probably do other things in my routine to help my makeup last longer, like powdering halfway through the day and also using a setting spray that will help my makeup last longer as well. What I will say as well is that I think I still do prefer the Conceal and Define foundation over this, because the Conceal and Define is like a demi matte, whereas this is just a very soft matte foundation. So for me, for my skin type, Conceal and Define definitely works a little bit better, but this is still a very lovely foundation and I will continue to use this. I can't wait to try it a few more times, and if I have any updates in any upcoming videos, I will definitely let you know. Okay, I'm going to wrap this video up here. That was me testing out the brand new Revolution in Real Life filter foundation. Please let me know down below in the comments what you think of this foundation. I would absolutely love to know. If you enjoyed it, please let me know also by smashing the thumbs up button, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.